I'm Ellie. Thanks for coming in today.
The idea of building a virtual human that can sense your state just like a real person would, that's a challenging idea. And it sounds simple at first, but as you start to dig into it, it's pretty complex and sometimes scary.
Skip came with this idea of taking virtual human and try to push the envelope, try to go further than what we had. And I was like, this is a big project, but I want to do it. This is a project that if we can do just one baby step in the right direction, I think it can help a lot of people.
I've spent probably 85% of my life in my bedroom. Agoraphobia is when you can't leave your home. You get me near a door and I literally would get physically ill. This has happened to me 3 times. It was a 5-year episode. I had a 2-year period, then I had a 3-year period. It's debilitating. It's not fair. You're a prisoner in your own body.
This was a large-scale project. 35 plus people working on it for 3 years. We recorded more than 450 participants. We were building all this technology, analyzing all these interactions, and finally we created a virtual human.
We were looking for creating a character that would be open and appealing and non-threatening. We tried a couple of different things. We tried different types of characters. For some reason, everybody liked Ellie.
Hi, I'm Ellie. Thanks for coming in today. I was created to talk to people in a safe and secure environment.
There's something about Ellie being created to be somewhat ambiguous in terms of her ethnicity. The manner of her being was just soothing or comforting.
What's one of your most memorable experiences?
Going to Alaska.
Tell me more about that.
It was probably one of the best times of my life. It's just beautiful. I couldn't believe it was our world.
The analysis of participant behaviors is all done through a software called Multisense. And Multisense looks first at the facial expression. 68 points on the face. We look at frowning, we look at smile, and in general also negative and positive facial expression. The second one is motion. And you have the eye gaze and you have the head gaze. And in this case, we expect people who are depressed to show less amplitude. So they will move, but move a little bit less. We also looked at fidgeting, body gestures, and finally the word I say, which is probably the most obvious of all of them. So the voice, the facial expression, and the body, all together, that's what we analyze in real time as the person is talking.
I just figured nobody cared about me, my future, my decisions, or anything.
We know that when people interact with virtual humans, and there's no real human in the loop, that people reveal more. Sometimes it doesn't come out in a way that's apparent to a clinician, but it may come out when somebody feels this comfort that they feel talking to an artificially intelligent character.
Really good clinicians, when they interact with the patient, they will automatically take into consideration the gesture, facial expression, and voice patterns and include them in their diagnosis, but they didn't have tools to really objectify it. What's exciting with SimSensei is that now we can quantify. Let me give you a concrete example, smile. We thought that smile will be correlated with depression, but it turned out the number of smile was not different between depressed and non-depressed. They were smiling as often, but their smile were shorter and less amplitude. This is something that you need a computer to really accurately quantify the dynamic of the smile. Otherwise, if you just count them, they're the same.
Right now I'm doing well as far as I can actually go to the grocery store right now, but when it's full-blown symptoms, there is no trying. You can't get me down the stairs, you can't, nothing. If you can open up your computer and do this virtual therapy, I think that that's a great idea. I really think that it could be something pretty amazing.
So, how are you doing today?
This technology is always going to be an assistive technology. I don't see it as any time replacing the human. That has never been our goal. Look at virtual human as a way to standardize the process of gathering and analyzing information. This is a first step, it's a small first step, but we can see a clear vision where this technology can eventually help clinicians and patients in their treatment and in their diagnosis.
I think there's a bright future ahead for technology and mental health. I think we can begin to provide care and provide support in ways that were undreamed of back in the bygone days of the 20th century. I think the mission for our group here really is to drag psychology kicking and screaming into the 21st century in order to be able to promote mental health in a way that is more accessible, less stigmatizing, and maybe by using these technological aids, maybe more effective.